Well, looky what we have here. Look at that. Isn't that a fantastic view? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it glorious? Isn't it? It is. It's the Sometimes Vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes. Welcome back, everybody, to the Sometimes Vlog with me and you and this Walt Disney, Mickey Mouse, and that beautiful, gorgeous view down Main Street, USA, out into the rest of the world. Walt Disney World, that is, here in Florida, on the other side of the country from my home in California. And look behind me. There's something behind me, isn't there? Is it big or small? Is it big or small? Oh my goodness, it's huge. Look at that castle. Look at that castle. Hello, everybody. It is day 12. Day 12. Day 12. I don't know if you know this, but it's day 12 of my trip to Walt Disney World. I came for filming Random Land. I don't know why I said it that way. Random Land, which was the video series on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/JustinScarred. They're like little mini documentaries. They can be from anywhere and elsewhere. But sometimes they're from Disneyland, and now sometimes they're from Walt Disney World in Florida. I came to Florida with this huge list of things that I've been thinking about filming for years. A huge list. I was totally unprepared because of crazy drama in my life the week before I left to actually hone down the list. Got here and had to significantly cut down the list of what I was and wasn't able to achieve in my short amount of time here. 12 days sounds like a lot, but if you think, let's say 2 days per video, 2 days per video or something, you're talking about 6. And one of those days was flying, and some of those days were checking into places and saying hello to people, so it's less and less and less, and I've gotten more than 6 things accomplished here at Walt Disney World in Florida. But let me tell you guys, day 12 has been the gnarliest, hardest day in terms of just pure Finding Nemo level. Stay awake, stay awake, stay awake. Look at this. This is blowing my mind still, blowing my mind. If you don't know, if you're not familiar, I live in Anaheim, California, home of the original 1955 Walt Disney's Disneyland. The original Walt Disney Dream theme park, Disneyland. It is obviously much smaller than the 4 theme park, 2 water park, billions of hotels and a partridge in a pear tree size Walt Disney World. And our castle is less than half the height of this Cinderella castle over here. The layout is very, very similar in that we have a hub like this, and we have Tomorrowland over here. Over here we have Adventureland and Frontierland and Fantasyland, and of course Main Street USA back there. So it's very similar in some respects, but almost everything else is completely different looking. When the park opened, this park opened, almost all, I think there were only 2 or 3 attractions when the Magic Kingdom opened that were actually original attractions, and almost all of the rest were clones, copies, or imitations of attractions at Disneyland. So very, very, very similar themes, very, very similar attractions, like Jungle Cruise, or they had a Snow White dark ride that was very similar to Disneyland's Snow White dark ride. And of course, over here, they had Tomorrowland, which was very, very similar to Disneyland. Now, being similar would be trippy enough for me. It would be like going into your house and somehow it was mirror imaged, or all the furniture had been rearranged and different, but the place was kind of the same. Like, you ever gone back to your childhood home or your old high school and just had somebody kind of rearrange the buildings? That's kind of what it feels like. So it's kind of intense for me, making me a little sleepy, a little tired sometimes, a little mentally overwhelming. To say nothing of 12 days in the Florida heat, running around filming this and filming that and filming this, doing 2 channels and Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and meeting new people and being totally mentally overstimulated. 12 days, I think, is the beginning of me cracking up. I've gone full Disney, and most of that time I've been by myself, talking to myself with cameras like a madman. Anyway, I am getting significantly tired, but look at this. Several people have requested that we look. Wow, there's a whole lot of people here right now. I don't feel so lonely. Look it. Yay, friends. They're all coming to be friends with me. Why? Wait, where are you going? Why? Why are you leaving me? Everybody I love leaves me. Why? Several people have asked to see Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom. And what keeps happening is I mean to do it all day. But since I only have a limited amount of time left before I fly home to Anaheim, I've actually been having to use all my daylight hours for filming. And then I come over here at night like, all right, I'm ready to film Tomorrowland at night. And then I realize, ooh, it's really dark back there. It's just been really dark back there. I've been really tired, so I haven't had a chance to do it. So now in this beautiful sunset time, I'm gonna very, very quickly, very quickly and briefly show you Tomorrowland. Look at it. Now back in 1971, when the Magic Kingdom first opened, there was not all that much in Tomorrowland. These big show buildings here were still pretty much empty. They had the Skyway, I think. It's something else, and that was about it. No Carousel of Progress, no People Mover yet, I don't think. Just nothing really going on back here. But of course, little by little, they added to Tomorrowland and made it mighty and fantastic. And then also, it used to look a lot like Disneyland's Tomorrowland, in that there were very white buildings with little bits of blue highlights, or actually back then, I don't think there was like oranges and weird browns. But anyway, it was mostly primarily a white future. And slowly over the years, especially 1994 was the biggest, it got upgraded and changed to a whole futuristic space station. So you're walking in to a whole other world, a world of the future, maybe even another planet. And here's this whole space station with all kinds of things to see. The first thing that strikes me, the Disneyland fan, about Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom, other than that huge castle over my shoulder that's following me, is of course the People Mover. The People Mover, one of my favorite attractions of all time at Disneyland. It works a little bit differently here in that the Magic Kingdom's People Mover here, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority's People Mover, has always worked with linear induction, which is magnetic track, which shoots the cars forward magnetically. But at home, at Disneyland, it worked with a tire in the track, and actually the tires scraped the bottom of the car and pushed it forward. Very cool. I did a whole video about the history of the People Mover on my other channel, youtube.com/livefastdive4. Look at that. Look at that. So anyway, I'm super tired, so I hope you enjoy this look. I'm going to try and very calmly and slowly as I dare, move through here and give you a look. So on my right, and your right if I flip this around, is the Monsters Incorporated Laugh Floor attraction. Oh my goodness, this lady just stepped on my foot really hard. She did not even say sorry. My feelings are not hurt. Look at this. Stitch's Great Escape on the left. I just wrote this today for the first time. I think this used to be the alien encounter. Basically, you go inside this giant room where they're like transferring a prisoner from outer space. A level 3 crazy scary prisoner. I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but I think you've had time. And then the prisoner is revealed to be Stitch. The lights go out, he runs around the room and does things to you. There's darkness, there's touching. And that can either be your favorite thing or your least favorite thing, if you're me, just depending on the context. Darkness and touching, or darkness and touching, it depends. I really enjoyed it though, I had a lot of fun. I know a certain 8-year-old that I'm familiar with who would super love it. So even though there's a lot of people who don't like some of the new attractions at Tomorrowland, like the Laugh Floor or Stitch's Great Escape, I think they're really cool. I'm really excited about them. They're all new to me, but here in the center of Tomorrowland, facing forward, that's back towards the hub, facing in front of us is this. Look at that. Now at Disneyland, it's the same thing. You come through Tomorrowland and you end up facing this, a giant People Mover loading platform. Only at Disneyland, ours has been vacant for years, since 1999, I think, or 1998. It has been completely unused. Our People Mover was ripped out in the late 90s and replaced with an attraction called the Rocket Rods. They tried to change the track to be linear induction like the People Mover here, but a fast-moving ride. It didn't work out so well, and just a few months later, the ride closed down permanently. Now, just like the old days at Disneyland too, way up on top of the People Mover platform is the Astro Orbiter, or what used to be the rocket jets at Disneyland. And then underneath the launching pad, a little breakfast thing. So this is just like what Disneyland's used to be. But for those of you who are familiar with the Magic Kingdom, instead of the People Mover track coming out this way towards the back of Tomorrowland, our People Mover track came out of our platform forwards, and our People Mover track will go down the center of Tomorrowland rather than the sides. So I feel like it's quasi-genius that at the Magic Kingdom they put the People Mover going down either side of the street, because then you don't have a series of columns running down the center where people park their strollers and totally humbuck traffic. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that brilliant? Isn't that beautiful? Tomorrowland. Now it's starting to look a little bit dated. All Tomorrowlands end up starting to look a little bit dated after a while. I mean, after all, always in motion is the future. But it's a pretty cool look. I like it. It's very, very different from the way Tomorrowland at Disneyland has ever looked. And I actually really appreciate that. I really like when things are different, because it gives you a whole, like, new, exciting experience. But over here is Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. Much like the Buzz Lightyear attraction in Disneyland, you go into this thing, you're shooting lasers at targets, but it's very, very elaborate. It's long, way longer than you'd expect from the look and the size, from the look at the size of the entrance area. It somehow goes behind the laugh floor, the Monsters Incorporated thing. It's pretty crazy. So it's very elaborate. The big difference there is you don't pull the guns all the way out of the sockets. They stick in there and you just turn them. And when you shoot the targets, they don't light up. So it's hard to know what you're hitting unless you're just looking at your score. But otherwise, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fantastic. If you're a fan of the Buzz Lightyear attraction in Tomorrowland in Anaheim, you will be a huge fan of this one. Pretty awesome. I enjoyed it. And then back here is maybe, well, look at those guys. The claw. The claw. Oh, and look at that. Oh my gosh. See, I'm so distracted, you guys. I'm just sort of walking around like a drooling idiot going, wow, 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 wow. That's pretty much me all day. The Astro Orbiter up there, pretty crazy looking. So this place got a major makeover in the 90s to make it look more futuristic and alien-y, and it got bigger and bolder and more cartoony in a lot of ways. But this part is very, 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 very old school. Look at it. The Carousel of Progress. Now, if you're not aware of what the Carousel of Progress was, it was an attraction created by Walt Disney and his team, his creative team, for the 1964 World's Fair, and it came to live at Disneyland afterwards. It's a whole revolving theater. The theater and the audience revolve around a series of stages with audio animatronic figures talking about developments in technology and communication and the way the families live throughout time. So this is a very terrible description of what the Carousel of Progress is, but you can Google it. Anyway, this used to exist at Disneyland up until 1975 or 1976, when they moved it here to the Magic Kingdom in Florida and sort of gave Tomorrowland something in the back to draw people in, and it's still here. Now, our Carousel of Progress at Disneyland, which was this exact one, this is the exact show that Walt Disney and his Imagineers worked on. This is the exact one that was at the World's Fair, and this is the exact one that was at Disneyland for years and years and years. Ooh, look, and there's the People Mover beautifully gliding along above it. See, look, there you go. 1964, 1965 World's Fair. Look at that. Check it out. Check it out. This is saying all the stuff I was just saying. That's awesome. Oh, look, and there's Buzz Lightyear over there. What's he doing? Oh, he's going home. He's done his duty. He's done his Space Ranger duty. He's gone home to sleep well. And he's going in style. I like that. I like that. Anyway, ignore the music for a second. Ignore the music. Anyway, it's still here. It's super fantastic. This has that Richard Sherman, Dick and Bob Sherman song. Sherman Brothers song. See, I'm so tired. There's a great big beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. That's where that song comes from. It comes from this amazing show. All right, now I have to address the crazy loud music in the background. And this is another reason why I haven't been in Tomorrowland yet on the vlog. I've been trying to skip it. This is not me being tired, by the way, all my stuttering. Earlier today I was eating something and it kind of went sideways. You ever have that happen and you feel like you have the scratchy throat? Like, wow, it's hard to swallow and talk now. French fry went down the wrong way. Over here in the back is this huge stage where they have the Incredibles dance party. During Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, they have a whole Monsters Incorporated dance party going on here. Pixar characters come out and they dance and they do crazy stuff and they play crazy loud copyrighted music that I have to try very hard to talk over so that YouTube doesn't pull down the videos. Woohoo! Hopefully the song is about to change. Well, 5 minutes ago, Mr. Incredible and his family were there dancing around, but they're gone now, so I'm going to walk away from that very loud space. My least favorite thing in Disney parks is music. Loud music. It's not Disney music, it's not themed music playing. But I'm not a hater, I get it. A lot of people get really excited when they hear their favorite jam playing. They start to dance, they put their hands up, playing their song, the butterflies fly away, everybody gets all happy. They're all like, yeah! And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna walk over to Adventureland and listen to some drums. Look at the People Mover! Now this is so cool because for somebody from Disneyland, this is like very nostalgic to see the People Mover because the Astro Orbiter on top, that's the same way our rockets used to be at Disneyland. Now at the front of Tomorrowland, we have an Astro Orbiter that sits on the ground, but we used to have our rocket jets way up on top of the People Mover platform like this, and you had to board an elevator just like how they used to get in the old Saturn V rockets and stuff. You boarded an elevator and went up to the platform, out onto this tall platform, then got into a crazy rocket with no seatbelt and spun around all crazy, and then it would go up all crazy. Look at those rockets. My dad dragged me on those rockets every time we went to Disneyland, and every time I was so terrified. My little brother Seth, he never even cared. He's like, this is so fun, let's go higher, let's go higher. And I was always terrified. Look at them, they even look like our old rockets. So it's a very nostalgic thing for me to see the rockets and to see the People Movers going around and to see this. This is what I was talking about. The way that you load into the rockets, you have to take an elevator just like the old Apollo astronauts used to do and go up to the loading platform, the whole thing. It's awesome. It's super amazing. Nobody should say it's awesome when you're losing your voice. You sound like that one movie, you know? This is awesome. Awesome. I love you, man. All right, here we go. That was the name of the movie. All right, here they come. Here they come. I think they're coming now. I think he took his wallet. I think he took his wallet.
And you know, once they're done saving the world, they like to come back over here to Superhero HQ and party with all of you. So I want to know, are you?
They're making a lot of noise and fuss. Yes, we want to see the superhero, silly man. Bring them out. That's really cool. Oh, here he comes. Oh my gosh, it's Mr. Incredible. It's a Mr. Incredible himself, the real Mr. Incredible.
Some workout tips.
Look at the swagger that guy has. That is a confident individual. He is not worried about what you think of him. He fits in the oh, Elastigirl. Whoa! Mrs. Incredible's looking good. She's looking great. She's looking... It's another adjective for like amazing. Can't think of one. Uh-oh. Who's that creeper peeper back there? Who's that little creeper back there? Frozen! Wait a minute. There he is! Look at him coming out all cool like it doesn't matter.
To get this party started.
It is. Uh-oh, it's time to get the party started. Oh, it's quiet. Uh-oh, here comes the music again.
Yeah, it's time to get this party started.
So basically, they're about to hop down and dance with all these kids and have a good time. And it's really cool because the characters actually do come down off the stage and get super up close and personal with people and start dancing with them and doing crazy stuff. And you should see the kids' faces get all excited. It's insane. It's awesome. It's amazing. Look at that. The People Mover. Oh, see, there goes Elastigirl. She's going down to the dance floor. We'll see them again in a second when we head back. People Mover. People Mover. Oh, restrooms. Restrooms. Actually, those aren't just any restrooms. This is the bottom floor of what used to be the old Skyway to Fantasyland station. Yes, just like Disneyland. Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom also used to have a skyway between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, although theirs had to make a crazy right turn because their Fantasyland is way back there behind that castle, and you didn't want to, like, you know, go straight through the castle. That would have looked weird. Sky buckets through the castle? I don't think so. So basically, that's where the old station used to be, and when they pulled out the skyway here, they just took out the top floors and left the restrooms on the bottom. So you can do what you need to do without, I don't know where I was going with that. You can use the restroom if you need to. Isn't that convenient? Look at this over here though. Space Mountain. Space Mountain. Space Mountain. Now everybody wants to know, and that is what's driving my very half awake, very scratchy throated dialogue today. Everybody wants to know, and everybody asks me, what are the differences between this and this, and what are the differences between this and this? Sometimes they're myriad differences, like the People Mover. There's like a million little differences, like how it worked and the way that it, the station points and what's in the various buildings that it travels through. Space Mountain, the major difference is you're sitting in basically an old school Matterhorn bobsled, and you're basically riding an attraction that is, although it's totally unique, it is its own thing. You're riding a 2-track attraction that is pretty much like a giant Matterhorn. It's like a giant old school Matterhorn, but all themed around Space Mountain. So you go inside the big room, and it's dark, and there are stars projected all over the walls, and it's spacey, and all that cool stuff. There's no music playing in your rocket, so it's nice and quiet and space-ish, like the old school Space Mountain at Disneyland used to be. But it's not the smooth roller coaster that Space Mountain at Disneyland is. It's kind of bumpy and up and down and crazy and bouncy, like the Matterhorn at Disneyland. So I like to call it Space Matterhorn, and I love it because it's super different from Disneyland. So it's another thing on the list of, like, yes, that when you come here and ride that, you get this totally different experience. Everybody else is trying to compare them, like, which one's better? Which one's better? Are Space Mountain at Disneyland better, or Space Mountain in Disney World better? They're both good, it's just they're very different, which is the best thing of all. Now, Peter Pan and Peter Pan are almost the same, but Peter Pan at Disneyland's a lot better because it had a renovation, it had an upgrade. So that you can compare. These are so different that it's like even better. It's like getting 2 movies, you know, sequels or something. All right. Let's go see what these characters are doing. Let's go take one more peek before I walk away. Look at them. Oh, people are getting excited. People are getting excited. People are getting excited. Look at Frozone.
Here we go. Hands up.
One thing I'll tell you about Frozone, after seeing him up close, that dude is cool.
Up. Down. Up. Down.
I like the way he moves. But does he know how to scooty poop? I don't think so.
From left to right.
So the characters get down there, they do crazy stuff, they do wild stuff. You can use your imagination and figure out the rest. The music is crazy loud. I'm having a difficult time speaking over it. Anyway, Tomorrowland. I'm trying to calm back down, Anyway, yeah. You guys know me. I'm usually full of a crazy amount of energy. I can go to theme parks all day long. I never quit. I'm multitasking the entire time, doing all kinds of multimedia, social media, videos, vlogs, running around joking, and then people who've been with me all day at these places, like Allie or Tyler or Keith or somebody like that, they know that I'll talk all day, and usually I'm pretty enthusiastic all day. But I don't know whether it's just that it was hot, and also it was thundering and lightning and raining today for a good chunk. But man, just today, I think it's just that it's day 12, I am starting to crumble a little bit. There are some cracks in the old, well, actually it feels like they're in my leg. It doesn't feel like they're in my brain. I keep saying like I'm going mad. I'm not, I'm just really tired. But my body is tired. My body is tired, and it's leading my brain to think of things like pillows and sleep. The irony there is that I slept in this morning and didn't feel better. I felt way worse and way more tired. So I'm just gonna keep running like a crazy hamster on a wheel until the trip is over, my duty is done, and I go home and sleep well. I cut a few things off my list. I sacrificed some things that I was like super trying to get. I'm kind of bummed out about it, but the thing is, I was telling somebody today, this morning, is that I went about this all wrong because I was going about it as if I was gonna go to Disney World and never come back. So my whole thing was like, I gotta get this, this, and this, and this, I gotta film this, I gotta film this piece of this, and this is how I'm gonna do this. Because I was thinking, you only have one shot at this, kid. You only got one shot at the title, that you're never coming back. And then I realized, I can get back whenever the heck I want. I got a time machine, I got all the time I want. No, I realized, I'm gonna come back. It's okay. Let's say it takes a week or sometimes a little bit longer to get a video edited. Let's say I get 6 videos done, let's just say. And it takes 6 weeks for them all to come out. That's a month and a half. A month and a half from now, I can totally be back here and do other videos. It's fine. So that calmed me down internally a lot because I was getting really hard on myself. Like, do you ever do that though? Do you ever set the bar like impossibly high for yourself? Like, I will succeed and perform with excellence, and if I don't, I'm just gonna be upset and sad. Careful. Careful about doing that. Careful about setting that bar too high for yourself. And I'm not saying like, don't try. You gotta try. You gotta set the bar super high for yourself in terms of possibilities. Never close your mind to possibilities. But you also, so that's the power of the Cobra. Possibilities are endless. Punch your way into a new future. But you gotta use the wisdom of the owl and remember, you have to use the wisdom of the owl and remember that, well, you just gotta be wise. You gotta calm down and realize that there's only so much you can do in any given day. You gotta take it one day at a time. That's Quest for Positivity 101 right there. And that is a big chunk, a big piece of the puzzle that I've been forgetting lately. One day at a time, dude. One day at a time. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Which is definitely what I did. I definitely made a little bit of a miscalculation there. But the thing is, it's totally fine unless I beat myself up for it, which I'm not gonna do anymore, so it's awesome. So now I know how many days I have left, which is I'm flying home on Tuesday. Everyone keeps asking, I'm flying home on Tuesday. So if you just go to exactly 27 minutes, I'm flying home on Tuesday. And so that means, what do I got? I got Sunday and Monday left, and that's it. And that's it. So I pretty much wrapped on everything that I'm gonna film out here, because the other things I was gonna do tomorrow and the next day, I have decided it's too much. You're not gonna, here's the thing. You know what I was saying about trying? Keep trying, you gotta do it. You can push your way through it, you can be awesome. And that's so true. You've got to, don't close off your mind. Think positive, think possible. The thing is, I already accomplished a whole lot. And if I continue to push for what the rest of the stuff I wanted, it won't be as high of a quality as I wanted. So then you have to make a wisdom of the owl decision. Do you want this to be quality? Do you want your vision to come true? Or do you just want to do something to say you did it all at once and then kind of come out with something that later you're like, oh man, I wish I just waited. So that's the thing. It wasn't like a, oh no, I'm down on myself, I can't do it decision. It was a very wise, I hope, calculated decision to go, oh, dude, cool your jets, bro. Dude, cool your jets, bro. Calm down, bro. Relax, bro. Sleep in, take a chill pill, take a bath, get some bath salts. Well, actually, no bath salts, not in Florida. Look at this, Tomorrowland Speedway. This is their version of the Autopia. It's a very, very, very early, very, very old school Magic Kingdom attraction. And it really hasn't changed all that much in the years that it's been here. It's all themed around racing instead of a futuristic highway of tomorrow, which is strange because it's the Tomorrowland Speedway. This to me is very Fantasyland because you're kids and you're racing and you're excited. The cars are very old school. But just like our Autopia at home, it sort of straddles Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. But here it's called the Tomorrowland Speedway. And there are kids and grown-ups and they're racing around doing their thing. And then over here is the weirdest thing maybe of all. And then over there is Fantasyland. And Fantasyland is where I end this vlog. We are not going to Fantasyland. I was just there 2 days ago. Go backwards and watch the other vlog. Go back, young man or woman or woman, and watch the other vlogs. Here is this mighty, mighty restaurant. Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe. This is a thing which I have struggled to explain to my friends in California for years because without a visual, it's really hard to understand. Okay, there are 3 bays, bay 1, bay 2, bay 3. They all serve different kinds of food, and if you're gluten-free like me, you're not, there's really no differentiation. They have half rotisserie chickens for you that are gluten-free. They've got burgers that are gluten-free. They have an amazing chicken sandwich with a really good gluten-free bun that's gluten-free. And they have fries that are gluten-free. It's awesome. So the restaurant part is in bay 1. Oh, they also have hot dogs, gluten-free hot dogs. Bay 1, bay 2, and then around the corner, bay 3. There's hot dogs, barbecue pork sandwich, vegetable burger. I'm just looking at this section, just this section, all Angus beef burgers, so all different kinds of food and all different kinds of people very happily getting together. Those windows look out in Tomorrowland. Those windows look right out at the hub and the castle. Today, I had a view out my window while I was eating of Cinderella's castle. But then in this other room here, just beyond the counter, is this. Inside of Cosmic Rays, Starlight Cafe, is this creature from the planet Zorp, I think? Zorp? His name is Sunny Eclipse, and he plays a mean galactic keyboard. And I'm gonna leave you with him. Make sure to check out livefastdieport.spreadshirt.com. If you like these videos and the Snapchats and the Instagrams, normally they're more funny and more crazy when I'm more awake. But if you like them and you like Random Land, you want to help out, go to patreon.com/JustinScard. Hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/JustinScard or @JustinScard. Snapchat and Instagram, livefastdieport. Here you go. Just look at this.
Thank you very much. What a crowd. You know, I recently heard the universe was expanding. Guess it's time to loosen the old asteroid belt. For those of you just joining me, I'm Sunny Eclipse, bringing you the sunny side of entertainment all the way from the planet Zork. Whoa! Can you guys bring this thing down a bit? We're here at the Starlight Lounge doing our little show from opening to closing every day. And if you've been out there wondering where my backup vocals are coming from, frankly, so am I. They're invisible. I call them my space angels. I will never forget that fateful day. The first time the space angels came my way. I was playing a club on the red planet Mars. And after I'd sung my first opening bars, it was time for my backup to sing harmony. But they didn't show up, it was all up to me. I stopped the music, couldn't sing it alone. So I started to pack up and rock it back home. When suddenly I heard them, but no one was there. Those beautiful voices from out of thin air. They arrived just in time, invisibly absurd, as they saved my act. This is what I heard.
Don't forget about livefastdieport.spreadshirt.com.